Hello, Patrick Kirkwood here, CEO of the BioSport. I'm here with Alysia Olsen, bobsledder. Is it?
We say Canadians say bobsleigh, Americans say bobsled. It's the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to say bobsled.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll stay with that.
Welcome. Thank you very much for, stopping by. And so tell us a little bit about, how you got here. The BioSport, I think, is really what brought you here. Let's talk about a few things.
Yeah, I'm curiosity of a lot of the technologies that are out there that maybe weren't quite ready for me when I was still actively competing. I've been retired for only 3 years, but I heard through one of your wonderful guys working over there.
Yep.
He reached out to me and was talking about connections with some athletes and what you guys were working on, and I said, I would like to maybe validate it before I start sending all my current athlete friends over.
Yeah.
And now that I've gone through the process, it's been pretty eye-opening. It's been great.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You finished the program so far, and you just had a consultation with one of our doctors.
Yes.
And first of all, Alysia is an Olympian.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to mention that,
Yeah.
but that's really important.
Yeah.
And congratulations. That's what a hell to climb on something like that, I can imagine.
Thank you. Yeah, 10 years in the sport, Olympic appearance in 2018 with a 6th place finish, multiple World Cups, and quite a few spans of medals under my career. So
well, congratulations on that. And that's, I imagine, obviously training is the biggest part, about what you do, and injury is another thing. So what did you learn from the doctor about yourself or about your body that you can share with us?
The biggest thing I learned was that it kind of contradicts what I think early in my training career and early with my trainers and we'll call it my greater therapy team, is that I actually have a reduced capacity for recovery.
Okay.
Which was very validating. But early in my career, I had a really interesting conversation. I was previously a basketball athlete, and I was a very fit basketball athlete in university.
Yeah.
And always had kind of the best beep test scores, always kind of leading the way on that. And I actually found out that I have a very reduced capacity for endurance. So, but just because genetically you have a reduced capacity for something doesn't mean you can't train your way to be better.
That's exactly it. That's what the program's all about.
Exactly.
It's about learning about your body and how to better train. Maybe you don't have, you're not predisposed to the endurance aspect of it, but if that's your sport, you sure can learn how to do it. Train different and better.
Exactly.
Yeah, personalized training. Would you?
Personalized training. And then I switched over to bobsled, which I was joking, I think I only ran for a total of 3 seconds, sometimes 4 as a pilot, so I jump in first.
Yeah.
It's a strength power sport. You have to be as strong and as explosive as you can in the first 30 meters.
Yes.
And so genetically, actually, that was what my body was more tailored to, which was very validating.
You're okay to share that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have that gene. You have the sprinter gene, they call it, or the power gene.
Yes.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. And so now, if you had all this, back in the day when you were training, which actually wasn't that long ago, and what difference do you think it may have made for you?
It was interesting. I think the one that really stood out to me the most was that reduced capacity for recovery. I was the kind of inclined athlete to always do more. And my response to maybe not being to where I thought was because maybe I wasn't, so I would do more. Where if I would have known that I had that reduced capacity for recovery and then I wasn't actually maximizing my training gains because I wasn't allowing my body to recover enough, I could have tailored my program to build in more rest days, more active recovery, and maybe not as push myself so hard, and I probably would have seen greater gains.
Wow, that's amazing. Listen, while you're here, I do want to talk, and I hope you're okay with me mentioning that you're involved with the WHL.
From a work capacity, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I mean, that's amazing and impressive.
Yeah.
So you're into the sport again, And do you see
On the
it-
business side, though.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine, and
Yeah.
that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
do you see an opportunity for maybe the WHL, the NHL, which I mean we're working with various different teams. But do you see where this might be advantageous? This program.
Absolutely. I think where I really see this program where it is today, and not to say that you guys don't continue to grow and
Yeah.
find new ways, I think this information is how you go from that 1% to that 0.1%. And this is where we go to, of all the other things that you can do, and it's another tool that training staff can work with customization for someone to get them from being the already amazing at what they do to the best of the best.
Yeah, and as you know or don't know, that's how the program started. It started with Hayden Mayer, who I think you probably know, and that's exactly why we started it. We were trying to get him that extra edge and that extra 1/10 of a second, and you know, I mean, he talks about what it's done for him, and you know, I mean, I can't say that it's all the BioSport. Well, he actually sort of does, but truly, I mean, it gave him that extra edge, and he learned some things about his body. You know, and he's now the gold medal champion, right? So I'm glad that you took the time to come down and visit us. Is there any questions that you might have for me or us or the team?
I think just what's next for you guys?
Yeah, well, we're starting pilot programs across the globe. We're moving very quickly. We're scaling up right now. It couldn't be more exciting what's going on, as you know, or if you don't, we have an incredible team that we put together. Our advisory board, Grant Fuhr has joined the team, and Nick Lewis and Paul O'Donoghue, and His Excellency Zahid Haig from the UAE, who's the Secretary General of the Global Sport Alliance, right? So, I mean, we've got really strong, and then of course we've also got Christina Smith, Olympian.
Oh yeah, bobsledder.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you know the entire, I think almost the entire bobsled team that we're testing, right? And Nick Wilson. I want to make sure I mention all of them, but Nick Wilson and Kurt Seuss, who are part of our team, which it makes a big difference. And you know, if you're an Olympian such as yourself, you've experienced it and you talk about it, it helps us to move forward. So I thank you very much for that. So I
Thank
appreciate
you for what you're doing.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck.
Thank you very much.